Last time on Kids Baking Championship.
The bakers dug deep with edible terrariums. Only one of you nailed it, and that baker is Piper.
The baker leaving us today is Aria. So sorry, Aria. This time, the walls are closing in. It's the baker's vie to make it to the final bake.
Roosted on top of the coop saying cock-a-doodle-doo. Let's just see how this goes. Oh my gosh. Chickens! Chickens! Hey, there's a barred rock. That's the chickens that I used to have.
Hey, bakers.
Hi.
Welcome to the semifinals.
Yay!
I made it to the final four. I am so excited, and I only have to get through one more bake to make it to the finale.
Have you met our new friends?
Yeah. You have 2 barred rocks, and I don't know what the other 2 are.
Wait, you're a chicken guy?
Yeah.
You want to feed them? Let's feed them. Hi, chickens. We have some food for you. Come and get it.
Oh, I came over
Go.
fast. You guys, look at this cute little chicken coop. They're all safe in there with their feeding trough. It just goes to show you how important it is to have good shelters for animals.
This week, to cement your spot in the finale, we want you to build cozy creature shelters out of cookies.
Imagine a shortbread doghouse or a gingerbread barn. The type of cookie and the flavor you make is up to you.
Yes.
But make sure it's sturdy and good for building.
But that's not all of this challenge. We also want you to fill a water bucket with dipping sauce for us to dip your cookies in during tasting.
Yay.
You're baking to make it into the finale.
I'm in the semifinals, and that's awesome. I mean, I've come so far, and I've been here for 8 weeks and going on 9. I'm still representing for the boys, and hopefully I can make it all the way to the finale for them.
So I want to show you a couple tips on assembling your houses. Here I've got a little house I've been putting together. I'm going to show you how to stick the roof on one side with royal icing and the other side with chocolate. So here, I'm just going to pipe on a little bit. Then stick this guy on. Now what you want to do is hold your other piece to make sure that you're sticking the roof exactly where you want it. That looks good. Okay, now, so I got some warm chocolate here, not crazy hot. Chocolate, just like that. And then you stick this guy on the chocolate.
Which dries faster, the chocolate or the royal icing?
Well, the chocolate when you use magic freeze spray.
Ah.
And then you just like this, and it's done. This thing is totally on there. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Now we can decorate. Get a little chocolate on my paintbrush.
Wow. That's cool.
Got a little door here.
Oh, how cute.
A door. Then take some white. Get the trim. You gotta get the trim.
Need you to be my contractor, Duff.
I can build stuff.
You can.
I'd live there if I was a chicken. So that's kind of what we're looking for. It's a little animal house. You guys got it?
Yep.
All right.
Grab an assignment when the time starts to find out which animal shelter you have to make. There's a doghouse, a barn, birdhouse, and chicken coop.
Okay, I like them all.
There are some animal figurines in the pantry to help make your animal shelter more believable.
And remember, only 3 of you will make it to the finale. So who's it gonna be?
All right, bakers, we're giving you 2.5 hours to build a cookie animal house, and your baking time starts now!
I got barn. Chicken house. I got birdhouse. I got barn. Put some chickens out here. This will be my main gingerbread structure. I got the chicken coop. I feel okay. It's a lot of shapes. I used to have chickens at home, so it kind of pairs in well. I also, in 4-H, show my chickens, and I've even won a belt buckle for chicken showmanship. Not to mention, I've got an example right in the middle of the kitchen of a chicken coop. If a chicken escapes, I'll catch him. I want to make a cardboard cutout for a template because there's so many angles for this chicken coop that it'll be hard to just like freehand cut it out. So I'm making a gingerbread cookie. My dad really likes this recipe, and I know that it'll be able to hold up For my dipping sauce, I'm going to do a whipped chocolate ganache because I think the chocolate will go really well with the cookie. How am I gonna decorate my chicken coop? I'll decorate it with a beige royal icing, and I'll use black royal icing to pipe the wire mesh fencing for the outdoor area of the coop. I'm gonna add a little ramp to the front of my chicken coop. I'll add my chicken figurines all over my dessert, and then my buckets with my chocolate ganache. The key to making a dough that works for building is making sure that they're all firm and that you freeze them at the beginning. I'm gonna make my dough, roll it out, cut it out, and stick it in the blast freezer. So when you freeze it, it won't spread as much in the oven, so you'll make sure you have all those nice corners.
You know what? Yes, this is a cookie challenge, but the trick is making a delicious cookie that's also sturdy.
It's not just cookies, it's architecture.
Let's just see how this goes. How's it going, Piper? Good, how about you? Good. How does your dough look? It looks great. How does yours look? Mine looks good.
Hey, Ariel.
Hi.
How's it going over here?
Okay.
It's going good?
Yeah.
You got a mess going. Hey, you know what? If you're not making a mess, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
All right. Which animal shelter did you get?
I got a birdhouse.
How are you going to make your birdhouse?
I'm gonna make my birdhouse out of cinnamon sugar cookies. I chose cinnamon because, like, I really like cinnamon. It goes really well in sugar cookies.
Delicious.
And then white chocolate.
Okay.
And then for my dipping sauce, I'm making a maple syrup pastry cream.
How are you going to decorate it?
I'm gonna decorate it with some chocolate. I'm gonna paint it.
Okay.
And then I'll do some grass and flowers.
Oh, birds like that stuff,
Yeah.
right? So, Ariel, what would you do if you got in the finale?
If I got into the finale, I'd be really happy.
You're the youngest baker here.
Yeah.
What would you do with 25 grand?
I don't know.
Maybe put it in a 529, let it earn like 3 to 5, go to
Yeah.
college.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Ariel, good luck.
Thank
Do a
you.
good job.
I'm gonna put this in the oven. So I'm just tasting my batter and, ooh, that's really good. So it has like a really nice, soft, lemony lime flavor, which is exactly what I wanted, like to the T. So I'm really happy about that.
Hi, Carly.
Hi.
Which animal house did you get?
Dog.
Yay! And you have a dog back home, right?
Yes.
Okay, how are you going to build your dog house?
I'm going to be making a lemon lime sugar cookie
Yum!
and a lemon lime whipped ganache for my dipping sauce.
Lemon lime, so lemon lime on lemon lime.
Yes.
So how are you going to decorate your dog house?
By taking coating chocolate, I think, and like painting it basically.
What's your dog's name back home?
Ivy, but I think I'm getting a puppy.
Have you thought about a name for your puppy?
So we're not 100% sure yet if we're getting a girl or a boy.
Yeah.
So I think this cookie house will be for the dog.
So the reason I'm asking you for the name is because maybe
I
you
can do a
can
name tag. Okay.
There you go. You're in the semi-finals. How does that
Yes.
feel?
It feels really good to be here.
It was 12 to start off.
Yeah.
8 are gone, and you're still here. That means that's how, right. You think about it like,
Yeah.
wow, I guess I am pretty good.
Yeah. Yep.
You got this. Good
Okay.
luck, okay?
Thank you so much.
Bye.
I want to be the kids baking champion because I want to show that kids can do anything that adults can do. And if I won $25,000, I would definitely spend half, save half. So half of it would go to like my college fund. And I'd still have a lot of money, so I'd probably maybe half lease a horse because that has been one of my dreams too.
So I was gonna set my timer for 7 minutes.
Hi, chickens. I guess in like 25, this is what a chicken coop looks like. You guys got Wi-Fi?
Perfect. So today I got a barn. It's probably the one I most wanted to get because one, I go to my barn every day to take care of my animals, and two, I think it'll be a super fun cookie house to make. This one is ready. I'm making an almond cookie with a peach coulis. To decorate my barn, I'm going to do like the look of a sliding door, and then I'm going to make it white. And then for the roof, I'm thinking that I'm going to do like almond slivers going down if I have time. And then I'm going to make windows with some hard candies.
To make my candy glass windows, I take the side pieces of my barn and I take a knife and just cut little squares out. Then I put those in the oven and then I crush up some hard candies and I choose blue. And once my cookies are almost done baking, I add those in and then the candy will be melted and you let it cool and it'll look just like stained glass or a window.
My windows are so cool. I really want to make it into the finale. It would be such a great opportunity because I really want to start my business and get a food truck, so that would be a great way to start it.
Bakers, you have 2 hours left.
I'm going to go grab these.
My cookies are out of the oven and they're cooling. I get started on my maple pastry cream. Okay, I'm gonna pour my egg yolks into a bowl. I put milk and vanilla over the stove and I whisk together my eggs and sugar. Then I whisk in my cornstarch. And then I start cooking it.
I'm gonna put this back over the heat.
It's looking really good and I haven't burned anything. And then it's starting to look like I scrambled it.
Piper, I think I scrambled my pastry cream. Can you check?
no.
Yeah, I think you should probably start over.
Okay. No. I'm worried about time and that I might mess up my pastry cream again. This is bad.
I scrambled my pastry cream, so I'm gonna just restart really quickly.
Ariel is determined to make this pastry cream.
I appreciate that she's not giving up on pastry cream,
Yeah?
but I think it's time to give up on pastry cream just for today.
Sometimes my pastry cream is beautiful and sometimes it's not. So I don't want to risk it, so I decided to just make something else.
I'm gonna make a maple mascarpone whipped cream.
I whip up some heavy cream until it has stiff peaks. Then I added my mascarpone to stabilize it. After that, I pour in some maple syrup until it's mapley enough for me and some powdered sugar just for the texture.
Piper, can you taste this? Yeah. That's good.
Thank you.
It's smelling so good in here, it's making me hungry. I think the animals are actually getting hungry too. Hey, you guys hungry? Yeah? Yeah, they're hungry too. Bakers, can we have your attention?
For this twist, you better whip up some haystack cookies.
What? They just keep throwing stuff at us.
You know, those tasty no-bake cookies made with crunchy chow mein noodles that look like little stacks of hay.
I
Like
love these.
Oh, great, more cookies.
At Bakers, just like rice cereal treats, you can really get creative with how you flavor your haystack cookies. Just saying, any little edge could land you in the finale. So make good haystacks.
Have you ever made haystack cookies before? I haven't. Have you?
No.
Do you know where the noodles are? Chow mein.
Yeah. Why does there have to be a twist? But if you want to make it into the finale, you have to do the twist.
Piper, do you have the butterscotch chips? I do. Can I borrow them? Yep. I decided to add in pretzels, but I'm also using butterscotch, peanut butter, and cinnamon chips in my chocolate mixture, so that'll also add some flavor.
What makes a haystack cookie is adding in chow mein noodles for like a crunchy effect, but also to make it look like a haystack. All of those chips will add like a little bit of spice and sweetness, and then the pretzels will kind of balance it out with saltiness, and I think it'll go really well together. I've never made those before, so I'm a little worried, but they don't have to bake them, which is really nice.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to put in my haystack cookie, and I'm thinking like, I want to stick with that same color theme, and I want like a cereal, so I'm thinking like chicken seed corn and cornflakes. And then I was like, I want like a crunchy nut in it. Walnuts. Walnuts will go well with all the flavors that I'm going. So it's going to be peanut butter, butterscotch, cornflake, and walnut haystack cookie.
I tried my haystack cookies, and they're really crunchy, not too sweet. So I think it's pretty good.
I think now I have to make my chocolate ganache dipping sauce.
I'm doing a 1-to-1 ratio for dark chocolate. Just gonna heat up my heavy cream, and I'll pour it onto my chocolate chips, let it sit for a bit.
For my chocolate ganache, I'm using a dark chocolate, so it won't be like super sweet in your mouth. It'll just be like a nice dark chocolatey flavor.
Move quickly.
1 hour left. You're making animal cookie houses to make it to the finale.
They better be sweet and affordable. Just in today's economy.
You know.
Don't forget your haystacks, because I won't. I love them.
I think we kind of don't really have time for haystack cookies because we already have to make a house in 2.5 hours, and now we have to make another item, which is just a lot.
Okay, so now I just got all my ingredients for the twist. So basically what I'm melting together for my haystack cookies is I'm gonna do marshmallows, some mini mint chocolate chips. So I'm going to be making like a mixture, and I think this will be so good with the chow mein noodles.
I'm going to try to keep my haystack cookies pretty simple just to make it pretty easy.
Put these in the fridge. All right, that looks good. Ganache time, go, go, go.
Now I'm going to make my white chocolate lemon lime ganache.
The ganache is pretty easy to make, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it roughly. And I also am going to want this to be like a nice blue color because it's supposed to be water. So I just add a little bit of food coloring, like a nice blue color.
I'm working on my haystack cookies. I'm going to make a peanut butter butterscotch haystack cookie with toasted peanuts and potato chips. I think that butterscotch is kind of a sweet flavor, and that the crunchy peanuts and crunchy potato chips, they're salty, will kind of play well with that.
Next, I make my peach coulis for the dipping sauce.
All right, those are gonna melt down.
So this is my grandma's peach pie filling recipe, and it's amazing. When I was little, like, I didn't like pie crust for some reason. I would just scoop out the peach pie filling and just eat that.
Now here's the trick to making it the best. Almond extract.
I want to get to the finale, so I'm pulling out everything, all the tricks out of my sleeves, all my favorite flavors, because I really want to make it through.
That's delicious.
45 minutes, bakers. I have a phobia of over-engineered buildings.
Really?
Yeah, it's a complex.
Oh. I'm like, what?
What? You're a psychiatrist.
I
You get
know.
it?
I wanted to get into like, so what's your problem?
My cookies are out of the oven and they're all cool. Now it's time to assemble. Just straightening my sides a little bit. I use a grater to make the sides more straight and even. And this will not only make it look better, but help my structure be more accurate. So it would go like this. Goes like that. Okay. I place a wooden block in the middle to stabilize it, and I pipe some chocolate on the bottom of my cookie as well as on the block, and I press those together, and I use some freeze spray to make sure it's nice and stable. This looks pretty good. Have you started to build yet, Piper?
Yeah.
I'm icing mine before I build, so I'm decorating at the moment.
I'm frosting the outside of my chicken coop with royal icing before I put it together because I don't want to risk putting it all together and having it look good and then put weight on it, like with a spatula, and have it like, oh, just fall apart. So I'd rather just ice it beforehand and get like some of the details on and then stick it together. So once it's together, I'm pretty much done.
I just realized I frosted the wrong side of my cookie. I gotta scrape this off and start again.
Honestly, I'm kind of worried. It's important to do well in this challenge because it's to get into the finale.
Well, at least I now know that my icing dries really hard like cement, because it is not wanting to come off.
I don't have time for these kinds of mistakes. I have to scrape all that off, put more icing on it, and I'm already running low on icing, redo it all, and hope that I have enough icing.
Ice the correct side of your gingerbread in the first place. or you have to do twice the amount of work. I'm able to scrape off enough icing to ice the other side of my chicken coop. So I'm just gonna let everything dry until the royal icing like hardens, and then I'll start building it. Come on, work quickly.
30 minutes left
You're making animal cookie houses.
with dipping sauce.
Don't forget your haystack cookies.
Perfect. Now they're like both nice and straight.
So I know how to assemble things like barns and stuff. My dad's a roofing contractor and he knows a lot about things. So I think that this will kind of help me build my barn.
What are you doing?
I'm working on my glue for my
Ooh,
gingerbread
that
house.
looks cool.
So before I start assembling my barn, I have to make something to hold it together. Royal icing will hold it, but it takes quite a while to dry and set. And coating chocolate won't hold it as great, but it'll set really fast. So I have a trick that you melt just plain sugar and you spread it on and then you stick it together and it dries like almost immediately and it keeps it super sturdy and keeps it up really well.
Piper is using caramel to glue her house together.
But it looks like Piper is making hard cracked caramel. So it's gonna be nice and stiff.
Hope she
once it
doesn't
dries.
get any on her skin.
Oh,
Ooh, this stuff is dangerous. Piper, your dad's a contractor. This house better be good.
I hope so.
There we go. Finally, I need to build and decorate my chicken coop. I'm just going to do the coating chocolate technique, and I'm just gonna put a ton of freeze spray all around it and hope that it stays together. I'm going through like 3 bottles of freeze spray. And now I need to decorate my board. I am going to sprinkle some chocolate sandwich crumbs around the edge of it. And then I attach the ramp to my chicken coop, and then I dip the base of a chicken in coating chocolate, and then I freeze spray it to the ramp. Then I dip a rooster in coating chocolate, and then I freeze spray it to the top of my chicken coop. Rooster on top of the coop saying cock-a-doodle-doo.
Hey, which one of you was trying to get out earlier? It was Bertha, wasn't it? Why would you want to leave this amazing house? Do you know what's out there? Stay here as long as you can.
What I use to do my house.
Once my house is built, I use some white chocolate, so I start spreading that out so it's like paint, and then I'll top it with some birds on the roof.
I'm piping some flowers right now.
Then I pipe some flowers using the pink and yellow buttercream. Then I make my fondant flowers by pressing in my fondant and taking it out of the mold, and I put that in assorted places. Then I pipe a little doorway with some buttercream.
Okay, so I have a little pathway here.
That'll look good.
My barn is basically assembled. I just have to finish decorating. I put some red fondant over it, and then I do some like bordering of fondant around the roof, and then I create my door.
Right now I am making my wood door for my barn.
I find this wood texture silicone mat, so I put that in, and then I cut out a door, and so I paint it all over, and it looks really good. So I get some chocolate chips, and I decide that's what I want to use as my door knob.
How does it look, Piper?
It's looking pretty good right now. I'm still doing some details on it. Can I use one of your brushes?
Yeah.
Next, I make a mixture of corn syrup and white food coloring. I'm doing like a whitewash to make it look white and make it look like it's kind of chipping off like our milk barn looks. I paint it on the front of the barn, the back of the barn, and on the roof.
Alrighty, that looks great.
Are you building? Are you building?
Not, well, almost, yeah.
I think my cookies have cooled enough, and I need to glue them together into a house.
Got chocolate.
To glue my pieces of cookie together, I'm going to be using coating chocolate and lots of freeze spray.
It looks good, Carly. Thanks.
I think that everything is fitting together kind of okay. I'm getting a little worried because I don't have a lot of time left, and my cookies are a little, like, rugged.
Carly's got a lot of construction issues. I would not issue a permit for that.
My doghouse doesn't look very good. I'm a little annoyed and kind of like upset because I don't really know how to fix it.
Okay, come on, Carly.
One person has to go home, so honestly, I'm really worried.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
After my doghouse is all assembled, I'm going to just paint the front of the doghouse white, and then I'm going to do the tops, the roof of the house pink and blue, and then the back I'm going to do like a race car stripe. And for the rest of it, I'm going to take some chocolate sandwich cookie crumbs, my haystack cookies, and some other little details.
Okay, so we got that.
So I think I might be naming my puppy Leo. I think if we do get Leo, I think he also deserves a little nameplate. So I'm gonna write Leo's name on a little piece of wafer paper and attach it to my house.
All right, so we got that done.
1 minute. Sadly, one of you will not be dwelling here next week.
I didn't forget about these. What do I need to do and how to get this done?
Make sure your dipping sauce makes sense.
That has frosting on it.
My barn is all done, so I take green almond buttercream and I pipe that on. My little cookies, I take fondant and then I take a little D and a little K for Duff and Cartier, so they each have their own little initial on their cookie.
10 seconds.
That looks pretty centered.
Okay, this looks pretty good.
Yay, it turned out great.
Okay, that's it.
Let's see who measures up.
Cookie houses for animals. This is so much fun.
Especially to get into the finale.
Hi,
Hi, Ariel. What kind of house did you make?
a birdhouse.
A bird? Oh, because it's covered with birds. Tell us about your birdhouse.
So I did a cinnamon sugar cookie. I built it with white chocolate and I piped some grass and flowers around it. And then I made some fondant flowers.
I love your flower work. I just love all of the different shades and the colors, especially your red flowers with the yellow center. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
One of the things that I'm most impressed with here is how clean and straight your edges are. Did you like file the edges of your cookies? Oh, you
Yeah.
did. That is so smart. But I think I was just really looking forward to a hole. It would feel more birdhouse. You'd want to look inside and see if there was a nest.
Okay.
All right, so what's in your buckets, Ariel?
In my bucket is a maple syrup whipped cream.
Thanks for making us cookies from your house so we don't have to like tear it apart.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Perfect dip.
I am so amazed that this cookie isn't tough. It is airy, but so crispy. A lot of cinnamon flavor. There's definitely a little bit of salt in there. This is a really good cookie.
Your whipped cream, it does taste like breakfast, and it's stable. How did you stabilize it?
I used mascarpone.
Gotcha.
Smart.
Okay.
Smart.
I love it, and it's rich. It's the perfect accompaniment to your cookie. But what I must say, I do have a very different cookie from Duff. I don't have as much color on mine. I'm guessing mine is a little bit more bland because it's more on the blonde side. Now, what's in these haystack cookies?
Pretzels, cinnamon chips, and butterscotch chips.
Oh. Ariel, your haystacks also are really good. Is there extra salt on top of the pretzels or just the pretzel salt?
Extra salt, I
There's
think.
extra salt? Yeah, it's really good.
Yummy. It's like you toasted it. It's like so warm and nutty. It's really, really good. I think you've done a great job, Ariel.
Thank you. Bye.
Fly on out of here.
All right, Piper, what kind of house did you make?
I got barn. So I made a vanilla almond sugar cookie. The white on my barn is the corn syrup and white food dye.
It's like weathered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it has hard candy windows.
I want to try something. You got to tell me if this works.
Oh.
Let's see.
Wow.
Does it work?
It works. Wow. Oh my gosh. You can see the light coming through the window. Come on up here. Give it to me. Give it to me. That's how you do Kids Baking Championship. That's how you do it. That's how you say, I want to get into the finale.
This is really cool. You know,
Thank you.
I think the fact that you were thinking about how to create that weathered texture on the outside of your barn is so smart. But I think that if your cookies fit together a little better, the fondant itself would have been a lot neater. By the way, monogram cookies, you know, just a little more effort next time, I think.
Okay.
So it's my grandma's peach pie filling, and I turned it into like a coulis.
This is your grandma's peach pie recipe?
Yeah.
What's grandma's name?
Connie.
Miss Connie, I'm gonna send you my email address via Piper. Please send me your recipe. Wow, this peach pie coulis. All I need is a scoop of vanilla ice cream. I will go to town with that. Your cookie, I taste the almond extract. It's so almondy and buttery and delicious.
I think the frosting really got in the way of your cookie. I don't think it needed it. It's a delicious cookie. Tell me about these very generous haystacks that you got.
So they're peanut butter and butterscotch haystack cookies with potato chips and toasted almonds.
I love the butterscotch. I love the peanut butter. I think you did add the salted potato chips, right? I think a little bit more salt on top would have just tied it in.
Okay.
Just a little bit more salt.
Delicious flavor.
Thank you.
My only note would be I would have used a little bit less of the stuff, of the goo.
Okay.
It's almost too much of the chocolate
Okay.
and not enough of the noodles.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Piper. Connie, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna look for her in the phone book.
Yeah, good job, Connie. Ooh, and I go to Kansas a lot.
She's gonna meet Miss Connie.
Connie.
Open up, I
Here.
know you got that peach pie filling in there.
Peach pie.
Cowboy Micah.
Chicken boy, Micah.
Chicken boy Micah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Micah, what animal did you get and what kind of house did you build?
I got the chicken, so I built a chicken coop.
How perfect is that?
Yeah.
I think the chickens had it planned out.
Yeah.
They knew.
So it is a gingerbread cookie with vanilla royal icing, and then to glue it together, coating chocolate and freeze spray. And then my dipping sauce is dark chocolate ganache, and then a peanut butter butterscotch haystack cookie with cornflakes and toasted walnuts in it.
Ooh. The chicken wire is a really good idea, and I like the color. Here, you've really made like a shape that's interesting. It makes you want to like look around and check it out. I like that you did the little ramp too,
Thanks.
for the chicken to walk up. It's really nice.
You know, Micah, I'm glad that you got chicken coop. You understand chickens.
Yes.
It looks realistic.
Some of your joints are a little messy.
Yes.
A lot of chocolate kind of leaking out. I mean, you probably get a snake through this hole,
True.
but not a fox.
Yeah.
You won't get a fox through there.
Haystack.
Mmm. Ooh, good ganache. Yeah. One of my favorite things is fresh gingerbread. There's sometimes gingerbread can have like that like acidic, too much molasses, and it kind of like tickles the back of your throat. I'm not getting that at all. Your ganache is great too.
Okay.
It's nice and chocolatey, smooth and fudgy.
I'm gonna have to disagree with Duff.
Oh.
I like a gingerbread cookie that has that stuff that makes you tingly in the back. I love ginger. Now, you've made your ganache really well. I don't think it pairs well together with your gingerbread cookie
Okay.
because I want to taste the gingerbread. I think the dark chocolate overpowered the
Okay.
gingerbread.
Your haystacks are so crunchy. I love cornflakes. I get the butterscotch, I get the peanut butter, I get the walnuts. It's really good. You got a great amount of salt.
I want you to package these haystacks up and perhaps go to your farmer's market. Start off there 1st. Sell it there. You'll sell out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Micah.
Thanks, Micah.
Bye.
Nice job.
Hi, Carly.
Hey, Carly. All right, look at this. A doghouse. What are we looking at here?
So I made a lemon lime cookie with a lemon lime white chocolate ganache.
It's blue.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be water.
It looks like water,
Thank you.
truly.
For the twist, I took the mint chocolate chips and marshmallows and I melted that down. And then I took the chow mein noodles and I mixed it together.
Now, I know this challenge was all about building houses. Your house is cute, but it's the play area for the dogs for me. It's the dirt that they're getting into, the cute little cockapoo in the front, and the bulldog down there, and he's sitting on his tushy. I think this is so cute. It looks like this doghouse is supposed to be here. It looks like a dog's dwelling.
Yeah.
Now, I'm surprised this doghouse is still standing because there's some parts that aren't connected.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, the doghouse itself, it's a little messy, right?
Yeah.
The walls aren't really fitting together. It looks like the joint where your roof comes together is really a little rough here. It kind of looks like the cookie was sort of broken.
Yeah.
yeah.
Taste?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ooh.
Bloop.
All right, so haystack, mint chocolate and marshmallow. I really enjoy your sugar cookie. Now you said that's lime.
Yes, lemon lime.
This is a fantastic sugar cookie.
Thank you.
Buttery, crispy, and really nice. Zero lemon or lime. Nothing.
It just tastes like your standard sugar cookie, which is good, but if you say lemon and lime, I want to taste it.
Yeah.
I get that in here, but I also get a ton of like blue food coloring taste. So it has like a chemical taste to it a little bit. But your haystack, I get tons of mint here.
I think your haystacks are delicious. They're a little chewy. You know, when you make a cereal treat, there's like butter in there.
Yeah.
So I might have done a little butter, right? Kind of loosen it up. That way when you get one of these, it's not such a strong chew. The flavor's great. Awesome. Carly, thank you so much.
Carly.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that was a good sugar cookie,
Very good.
right? Wasn't even vanilla because there was no vanilla in it. We are in the week before the finale. Somebody has been working very hard to get here today.
Yeah, I've grown to love every single baker. I don't want to see anyone go home, but I know it has to happen.
This is so hard. Cartier, we have to pick who's going into the finale.
I know.
And all of these cookie houses have positive elements.
Yes, they did.
Being like the cake nerd that I am, I really liked Ariel's precision.
Just straightening my sides a little bit.
The way that her house fit together was, I mean, like a kit.
It was very, very clean. Even the flowers, like the flower bed at the bottom of the house was really, really nice.
How about Piper's windows?
All right, I need to get the rest of these cookies in the oven.
It's when you put the flashlight in it and it illuminated on the inside. So cool. I didn't think anyone would do anything close to that. But upon further inspection, there were a few cracks that showed up today.
Micah's chicken coop would not keep out the snakes.
It's got a couple big gaps to fill up.
Really didn't fit well together.
No, it did not. And speaking of keeping snakes out, there's a lot of gaps in Carly's doghouse.
So we got that.
Yeah, there's a lot of fresh air in that doghouse.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk through some details. Ariel's cinnamon sugar cookie.
Oh, yeah,
I love
that was
cinnamon.
good. And she gave us a lot of cinnamon.
We were split on Micah's gingerbread. I really enjoyed it. You wanted a little more.
A little bit more spice.
Yeah.
Who made your favorite dipping sauce today?
Piper.
My coolie's going really good right now.
Grandma Connie's peach pie filling. That was luscious.
Very good.
Put that in a jar. What was your favorite haystack?
Micah's.
Me too.
It looks like hay with the colors that I chose.
It was salty, it was nutty, it was buttery. I want one more.
One more.
One more, just for reference
I'll
again.
be right back.
When it comes to presentation, construction, and taste, who do you have?
I got two.
I have one.
Who's going home?
Now that I don't want any parts of.
You want to call an absent?
Oh, I wish I could call in absent, but I'm trying to get perfect attendance.
That's good. Bakers, two of you built structures with undeniable critter curb appeal. Ariel. The precision with which you joined the panels in your birdhouse was impressive. It was so colorful and pretty, and the birds on top really made us smile. Your cinnamon cookie was light and crispy, and it paired so well with your maple cream dipping sauce.
And Piper.
Yeah.
You barnstormed this challenge with your vanilla almond sugar cookies and lit up the kitchen with your sugar glass windows.
Technically, I lit it up.
Yeah,
You pretty much
Duff lit it
Duff
up.
lit up your windows. And that peach pie dipping sauce, so smart and so tasty. But only one of you can hammer home the win. And that baker is... Piper!
Good job.
Piper, you really sold your cookie animal house.
Congrats, you are in the finale. Woo! And Ariel will be joining you there.
Good job, Aria.
Sadly, that leaves Carly and Micah in the bottom two. Please step forward. Carly, we questioned the structural integrity of your doghouse. We were worried that your pooch might be shivering at night. The whole thing was a little messy, and we didn't get any lemon or lime flavor in your sugar cookie.
Yeah.
Micah, we had a conference with our guest chickens in the back, and we all agreed your chicken coop may not be the safest shelter. We had some gaps, and it was wonky. And I wanted more spice in your gingerbread cookie.
Yeah.
Look, you guys, this is a big moment, so take a deep breath. We have absolutely loved having both of you here.
Yes.
Both have done an amazing job. No matter what happens today, remember, you're both incredible bakers.
Huh?
Okay?
Yeah.
Second that.
Unfortunately, the baker leaving us today is... Carly.
Yeah. Good job.
Carly, I am so sorry. You are an incredible baker. We're gonna miss you dearly.
Good job. You're a great baker.
Thank you. I'm actually not that sad, but I'm just so proud of myself and so happy that I got this opportunity.
You're a great baker.
Thank you. I won a cruise. I'm getting a puppy. I was on Kids Baking Championship. All of my dreams pretty much came true.
But enjoy your new puppy.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, Carly. Yep. Took it like a champ. All right, guys, you did it. You're in the finale.
Yeah! All right, bakers, things are gonna get wild next week with more Kids Baking Championship. Bye!
See you next week.
Congratulations!
Next time,
Zoo cakes to win the whole shebang.
Time for the monkey.
This isn't good.
whatever's going on, she's got to fix that.
How am I supposed to fix this?
It is like a zoo in here. Nope. $25,000 is on the line. You try a recipe you have never made before.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.